Yes, folks, Lee Williams is a dangerous man, but he's not a dangerous man in the context of threats of violence, murder, terrorism, anything like that. You see, I believe that Lee Williams is a dangerous man because the truth now is dangerous. The truth in the West is a dangerous concept. And Lee Williams speaks a lot of truth. Now, this is going to come as a nasty surprise to certain people, but Lee Williams has now returned to New Zealand. I've been privy to this information for a few weeks because while he was in his self-imposed exile here in the UK, we were constantly in touch with each other because I regard the guy as a friend, a personal friend, and he's a friend of this channel. I've promoted his stuff since I've known about him. Now, there is no way in hell I would promote Lee Williams if he was in any way a Nazi or the white supremacist that his enemies, his frothy-mouthed, hysterical, bedwetting enemies have labelled him as. He is just a guy who has highlighted a few issues that are going on in New Zealand's politics and society. And there are people out there who absolutely hate him. They detest him for it. And I find that very puzzling. In fact, the truth that Lee Williams speaks is so dangerous in New Zealand, it nearly destroyed his life. You see, last year, he made a satirical video taking the piss out of a leading Maori or Maori, however you pronounce it, politician. And this was used against him. You see, people over there who hate Lee Williams, what he stands for and what he says, they used this, they weaponised it against him. And they got him. They completely got him. Because they cried about this satirical video saying, oh, it's a racist thing, he's a Nazi, white supremacist, he hates Maori people, boo-hoo-hoo, etc. Because prior to this video coming out, Lee Williams was the target of a relentless hate campaign. And it became intense. These people doxed him. They revealed his address on the internet so that Maori biker gangs could get their hands on him. They posted pictures of his family, his wife and kids, online. And they even successfully got him sacked from his job at Sunley. And the way they did this was they made a petition. And I think, if I remember, it was on the change.org petition website where they demanded Sunley sack him for being a white supremacist. So a couple of thousand people who fell for this nonsense, they signed it. Sunley saw it, and then they sacked him. And then there was a crowdfund to help him out financially because he had no income, and he was looking on moving to the United Kingdom anyway. Because these left-wing terrorists, and that's what they are, folks, these hateful people, they are criminal terrorists. They hated him. They absolutely hated him. They still do. So they got this petition to stop this crowdfunding, and he got a couple of grand in there, a couple of £1,000 to help him out, and they stopped it. And the money was either withheld or refunded to the people who donated. And if that wasn't enough, they then started a petition on change.org to get him kicked out of the country. Now, all this happened to Lee Williams because of what he said. They even tried to link this man to the notorious Christchurch mosque massacre, for heaven's sake. So yes, I hope his return to New Zealand is indeed a nasty surprise to these idiots, to these left-wing extremists who infest New Zealand with their bigotry and hatred. So no doubt they'll all get together and have a massive circle jerk and masturbate furiously while pondering what they're going to do next with him. Now, they've labelled this man an extremist. He isn't an extremist at all. I mean, again, if I'd have known of any extreme messages he was putting out there, I wouldn't have promoted him at all. I wouldn't even be doing this video because nobody wants to be associated with an extremist, a true extremist, that is. So in a way, he became New Zealand's milder version, I think you can understand it when I say that, of Tommy Robinson. Another man whose life has been destroyed and is the target of continuous personal attacks by these rabid people. But politics and activism aren't the only reasons he's gone back down there. He even told me he's going to tone down what he says when he's out doing his activism and his speeches and his videos. And I thought, there's no need to tone it down. There really is no need, because what you say isn't inflammatory. It isn't extreme at all. It's the goddamn truth. But he's also gone down there because his family is down there. Wife and kids. And they're going to be back together again. And I wish him luck. I hope, and I'm sure all of you like-minded people, decent-minded people out there, will join me in wishing him luck with his private life, with his family, and whatever he decides to do with himself down there, politically and anything else. And to the lefty idiots who hate him, you can't keep a good man down. He will just keep going, as I will. So, unlucky Kentucky. So that's that. Please, if you can, support Lee Williams, subscribe to his channel. I'll put his channel link in the description below. It's called Cross the Rubicon. And if you're on Telegram, then just look for Lee Williams, Cross the Rubicon, and you will find him there. I'm not on Telegram. It's a bit too much for me because I'm a technophobe and I don't like fiddling about with shit. So there you go. If you're on Telegram, it's on there. If you're on YouTube, then the link is down below. And that's that. So until my next video, please comment, share, subscribe, and Roger Trout.